champs is in.
I just hate the ball and I look for the open man. The zone, I'm trying to get in. Open the play with the book of the champion. Get flipped if you trying to get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long on first and the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. I am the coach and the player.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice first down.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, here's Newton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller, in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's going to go down again. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. steps away to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Well, in tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. This is Newton off the play, fake to McCaffrey. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Von Miller in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
Hey.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw here. On the crossing route, complete. It's Paul. A nice pick up there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Forced out to his left. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Cam Newton all alone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, 77 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no good plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Newton. Being chased out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fielded just inside the 20. A minute 59 to go in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ohio!
Now a play fake here on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's Newton. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, it's Newton. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
20.
A final shot before the break. Newton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 54 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll run it here. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? It made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve.
Good. 20.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
To throw is Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Newton to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. They go play action here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll try the air now with Newton. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead.
20. 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Newton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Forced out to, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Barthema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. It's caught to Charles. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Newton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Newton. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton being chased out left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the ball is knocked out, and the Panthers have recovered. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know.
This is taken in. It's complete. And he lost the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Steps away to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Phillips. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Vikings, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.